All I want any recruiter to know is that I'm so much more than just my resume.
Lol. Come on. We both know that all these recruitment platforms are only designed for the companies to get what they want.
They don't care about candidates like us. Not all, buddy. Have you heard of TAG?
Karan Roy, data scientist. Tag score 96%. Interesting.
That's me. And thanks to TAG, now she knows all about my functional, behavioral, technical, and all other relevant skills. TAG indeed is a game changer for me. When I signed up for it, it created this structured, validated, and enriched profile mapped across my numerous skills, knowledge base, and work experience, and created a score. My TAG score. The score and profiling help me present my best professional version to any employer. They can easily find what they need, and if I'm the right fit, my profile shows up instantly. This way, TAG not only helps candidates like me land their dream jobs, but also figure out where they stand amongst their peers and also identify the areas they need to work on.
Wow, this is just the kind of candidate I need. I like how detailed his profile is. Should I even interview this guy?
See? This is how TAG is bringing clarity, communication, and dignity back for us candidates. It also gives me an access to a community of peers, career circles, thousands of jobs, and marquee employers like her to further aid my career growth.
Are you kidding me? Did you just get hired within minutes?
Good morning, friends. Thank you so much for joining this warm Saturday morning for the first episode of Career Circles Live. My name is Rahul Khurana and I am your host for the series. Career Circles are exclusive talent communities by TAG where talent professionals like each one of you can connect with industry mentors, career experts, peers, and recruiters. Career Circles Live is an edition of these conversations which are open where we bring the best minds and mentors from the industry to share the latest trend which is shaping up work and the future of work. Tagged, as you know, has been there for you. We have been taking care of many of professionals in Java for many years, and this year we are doing something different. Now when you are busy in your Monday to Friday schedule of delivery, when you're talking about your career, your performance in the current role, Tagged has taken an initiative, and we are doing something specially for you so that you can get opportunities in the companies that you aspire to work for in the future. In these series where you will be joining us, you will be having opportunities to speak to the industry mentors who joined the best of the companies years back, and now they are the decision makers of selecting or rejecting the candidates. You of course can get the right view from them, why I got selected or why I got rejected. What should I do so that I can get what I want to do in my career? So friends, without further ado, let's kickstart the first episode of Career Circles Live. The theme of today's session is Decode Java Jargons, and we are joined by leaders from Wipro, one of the most aspiring tech companies. When I joined, when I completed my engineering in 2004, Wipro was there. Today, when we talk about Wipro, it's a global name. It's an Indian global company, right? And I'm sure you also aspire to work for a company where you join today and then retire when you reach your superannuation. So if that's the case, Wipro is of course one of the brands you want to work for. We will be welcoming our speakers, Mr. Joseph Gerald, who's the competency head at Wipro Digital. We also will be having a very charismatic leader, Srishti Lal, who will be guiding us how to get the opportunities in Wipro, what happens inside Wipro, something what you don't find on social media, but yes, you will be able to hear from them what makes or breaks your chances to crack the interview. We will just meet with them in the next 40-50 minutes. I'm going to initiate this conversation on decoding the Java jargons with both of the leaders. But before we do that, few quick checks for all of you who have joined the session. This is going to be an interactive session, guys, so please make this session interactive. There is a chat window. Please write your question there, and we will take up opportunities to answer your question here itself. I also request you, some of you had already given me your questions. I have taken the notes of those questions, which I will be asking Joseph and Srishti shortly. And here is the catch: if your question is loved by our speakers, we will be announcing the top 5 lucky winners to have 1,000 rupee Amazon vouchers. Okay, this will be announced today and will be with you by end of Tuesday, coming Tuesday. Yes, that's what I said. So please ask your question. All questions are welcome. Do not hesitate to ask. Try to restrict yourself on asking questions related to compensation, because it is a subjective matter of confidentiality and privacy for an individual. I request you to please follow that. With this, and without not taking much of time, I will be requesting my listener to join us on the screen. I have Joseph. Good morning, Joseph. Thank you so much for joining this session, this career circles, what we are starting today. People are talking about the festival celebrations, including Navratri, talking about Ramzan Kareem, and people are talking about holiday when it comes to Saturday. I request, if in case you can quickly talk about yourself and introduce yourself with the audience.
Yeah, good morning, Rahul. And it's pleasure for me to join here and to meet many people in this through this live streaming. So to introduce me, my name is Joseph Gerald. I'm currently working in Wipro as a competency head for the cloud transformation practice under Wipro Digital. And I joined Wipro nearly 22 years ago. So in December 2000, I joined in Wipro. So this is my 22nd year in Wipro. So I started my career. If you see, during that time, Java was the one which was coming up at the time. So I wanted to learn Java. So during that course of time, there was this IIS, the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore, had a course. They have been conducting an evening course for Java with a certification they were giving. So I was very keen, interested to join there, joined that course over there, and did that certification for that's a 3 months course, evening course every day, 2 hours course it was, and it was a very good course during that time and wanted at that time because Java was just starting up during that time. So when I finished that, I was able to join Wipro, and from there it took 22 years now, and I traveled through various roles, starting from a test engineer. When I joined, I was put into quality engineering and testing. At that time, it was called as interops. Okay, so we joined there, and then I took up various roles, starting from a test engineer to a test lead, then become a developer, and then become a project manager, delivery manager, and then worked on pre-sales for some time. Then moved into competency head for heading all of QET, and mainly building career on SDET and other type of testing skills. And around 5 to 6 years, I was there as a competency head for QET. And then this cloud transformation, cloud started evolving, coming up more. So we wanted to build our pool of people who are highly talented in Java, because Java is the base for everything here now. So using that and taking them up into the Java course in the cloud transformation side, I have taken up the competency and continuously now doing various competency initiatives, upskilling and deploying people into various cloud related projects there. So that is how my journey in Wipro is.
Thank you, Joseph. 22 years of remarkable journey at Wipro after completing Java certification of Indian Institute of Bangalore. It, I'm sure, carries out the kind of, work you must have done for the company, for the community, and for the country. Thank you so much. Java Nation wants to know when it comes to India, the opportunities of Java is immense. Friends, you will be happy to know that overall hiring that we do in TAG, 37% of our hiring month on month. Yes, it's a significant number. 60,000 full-time lateral placements is what I'm talking about. 37% of this hiring is in Java. Java has a long way to go still. We will also be quickly talking to Srishti. Before I allow Srishti to speak about herself, friends, you are speaking to one of the fast trackers in Wipro who joined as one of the associates in the team few years back, not many years back, and today she heads the practice of Wipro Digital. Mind you, her team, which is high on diversity and manages 60% of the hiring for Wipro Digital and Ideas. She was on leave today. She managed her time to be with us to ensure while the last quarter is a sort of proud moment, but the next quarter is a great opportunity for you at Wipro. Thank you so much, Srishti, for joining us while you are on holiday.
Thank you, Rahul. A very good morning to everybody. Thank you so much for joining this session and would like to wish everyone happy festival, be it Guru Parva, be it Ugadi, be it Navratri, be it Ramzan. So I'm sure you'll have a great weekend ahead. Uh, it was a very warm welcome, Rahul, a great introduction. I'm so glad to meet everybody who has joined this session. And before I introduce myself, I want to reassure everybody that whoever joins Wipro will have a great career ahead in Wipro. So, a quick introduction: 15 and a half years with Wipro. Started my journey as a recruiter, then, of course, moved into different technology. Had a great learning. And if I can summarize my journey as a TA associate, it was just fantastic and awesome. Had taken over Wipro Digital Hiring about 4 years back. And of course, there's no looking back because that's the technology in the market right now. So I'm sure we will get into the details that will interest you. In case there are any doubts, in case you would like to know about Wipro, probably Joseph and me will are here to help you, assist you to frame your thoughts and make you and convince you why Wipro. So here is what it is, and we look forward for a great session along with all of you all.
Thank you, Srishti. Really great to hear you. And it talks about itself, the kind of tenures you both had when you joined Wipro. Not only that Wipro got great colleagues, but at the same time, you had a great career for yourself, taking up the larger portfolios and now driving the organization's direction. Joseph and Srishti, we will be, taking this conversation on Java. Java is like an old wine. The time that we have spent in with Java, it is taking up more. Banking applications, the games, or the we talk about, anything that exists in the applications platform or security platform. Java is everywhere. I was reading one of the books where it mentioned that even the airplane that we fly in has applications which actually helps in the direction while the plane flies. That is Java for all of us. 2004, when I started my career, I learned the first language. It was Java. Of course, when we are talking about our 100 plus customers, they all are hiring in Java. So, what is this Java all about? Joseph, this is a question that I have for you. You had a very long relationship with Java as a technology expert. What do you think? Will Java continue to be the most prevalent language of coding? And why do you think so? If you say yes, it is.
Yes, thanks for that question. So if you see, definitely Java is a hot selling cake even now. It may have come up 20 years ago or 22 years ago or something, but it had never actually has grown old actually. If you see, still it is young. Okay, it's still a user friendly one. It is, if you see, Java is there for each and everything now. Anywhere you take, whether it is a web apps or Android apps or anything on software tools, or any applications if you take on any field, whether it is on data science if you take, okay, or if you see if it is on the not even learning, as and also even in IoT, any area if you take, or on cloud, any cloud related things if you go now, every app that is being developed now is completely on Java. Okay, and there if you see, it is not like that it is being used only for a certain type of application. 90% of the applications that are being currently used mostly is in Java, because Java also has, if you see, it boasts of rich API related things also. From the API front, if you see, you can even anything on the interfaces or the integration side, okay, where it comes up, Java also boasts a very good rich APIs there, which is being furthermore continuously being used over there. Okay, and even you see a robust community now, they actually back Java only. Majorly, I have seen, if you see anything, whether including networking, database handling, anywhere, if you see, currently they are planning to use only Java. So based on all these things, if you see, Java will never be replaced. And maybe I can say for another long 10 to 15 years, it is going to stay. And it is, you see that latest versions of advanced Java are coming up. Now you see that Java 8 has come, correct? So we have huge scope of work there from the Java perspective.
Absolutely. Oh, so my friends who are joined on this link, I'm sure you have heard from the expert. Java is here to stay. You are going to be, in more conversations, Joseph, while we look at the next question coming in. Joseph, what do you look for when you hire in a candidate? What is the reason people get selected or rejected when they apply in Wipro? Can you please help us your view?
See, the important thing, basically, if you see the core fundamental concepts is the one, basically, it is being tested every time. If you are not strong in your fundamental concepts, correct? If you take basically like anything on abstraction, because when we do interviews, basically, if you ask some questions on, say, abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, if you put all these functions and features and ask them to write some program, many people are still struggling to understand those concepts. If you are strong in your foundation, the other things can be very easily built up. That is not at all a big thing, because we have a robust training mechanism in Wipro where we upskill you. We are, I will later sometime in the thing, I will explain you on all those things about what we do on the competency front. But basically, if you see from the basic core Java fundamentals, okay, if you are strong enough to write a code and able to execute it and explain it very clearly, that is enough. Apart from the soft skills, I'm not going into the soft skill aspect of the other things, whether attitude, your communication, and all those things are there, apart, which is Srishti can speak about if required. So, but from the technical front, if you see, core basic concepts is the one which is being tested. Unless otherwise a particular JD requires, okay, job description requires certain special things that needs to be interviewed or something, that will come into. But majorly, if you see, 90% of the time, I do go for a lot of interviews, campus interviews, or even lateral interviews. Many interviews I do go, where I have seen that basic concept itself, people are struggling to write. Until otherwise, if you are not strong in your basic and able to come up with a small complex, medium complex programs that is being given to you, you will not be able to take it up. So please focus on your basic concepts, which are like topics, whichever I told. Practice more programming thing in that area, because that is the one also. If you see, not only me, sometimes what happens is in some of the customers, okay, even if you're selected in Wipro and come into project, when you put into certain projects, that customer will do an interview. Certain customer goes for the interview. I have also been a part of those interviews. I have seen majorly, if you see, the questions which are being asked is only basics and not anything that is going beyond that. If you are not able to help or yourself to prove that you are strong in your basic, that is where you are struggled. That is where you are not getting deployed being in bench. Okay. So please focus more on your basics. Okay. And try to write a complex programs using your those features that we have seen, and then take it up for the interview. That will help you to clear yours.
So basics and foundation if is strong, there is a high likelihood that the person will be able to clear the technical
90% they will
interview.
be selected.
Let's say if there are six components in a job requirement, there are top three skills that we are looking for, and there are three skills. I am not hands on, I'm talking more from a candidate who basically has an interest to join Wipro, and maybe good in foundation but may lack, let's say, in Java networking, does not know how to write an applet, but is very strong in polymorphism, inheritance, and encapsulation and other basics of Java. Is there an opportunity for me to join and be the part of Wipro team?
Is it for me?
Yes, Joseph. That's a
Okay.
question. Like, yeah. So if
Sorry, it
my
was.
basics are strong, but let's say in the job description it is mentioned about applets and networking, I have never worked on these areas. Can I still crack the interview?
Yes, doesn't matter. See, if the JD is, if most of the things, if you see it is on the Java side, whatever the JD that comes up doesn't come mostly integrated with any networking or other skills. Okay, but if it is certain on the say maybe very experienced people on certain say cloud transformation, since I'm handling now cloud transformation, it comes up with certain skills like you need to have a basic knowledge of Spring framework. If you have Java with Spring, okay, and then that is enough to be taken inside and then groom you up on Spring Boot or microservices related type of skills, on the BED skills, backend development skills, and also on the front end skills, scripting knowledges and everything. So you need to develop on two things. One is on the basics of this. At the same time, additional with respect to Java, small things which you need to know is like Spring framework, which you can learn also.
Right.
Okay, and little bit of more knowledge on the coming up on the say not only on the Spring framework, on the networking side, concepts, basic concepts you can know those things. Okay, it is not necessary that you need to learn in-depth knowledge of those things, because
Right.
in the
Joseph,
app
while
development
we are
side,
talking, I
mostly.
have Yeah, sorry. While you're talking, I have a message, and this question is something which is requesting me to stop you in between and ask you. Java 1.7, I am strong, but I have not worked on Java 1.8. Can we still get an opportunity in Wipro?
Sure. Java 1.8 is, even if it is not in 1.8, I see majorly many of the customers currently, they are, whatever the apps that they are being developed and currently being used are still in 1.7 only. Okay, there are a lot of chances for you to come up here. And we
Thank
do,
you, Joseph.
once you join here, we will upskill you in Java 8. There is a provision for that. No need to worry about it.
Thank you. And that will be one of my questions. So I'm not going to ask you a further question on this. But Srishti, I would also like to know your views on this question. As the talent acquisition leader for Wipro Digital, what are a few key things that you look for or the hiring managers look for? And what is that people should look for beyond social when it talks about Wipro? Can you please take us through your views on that?
Great. So I'll talk about Wipro, but in continuation to what Joseph said, as hiring manager, see, this is an underlying understanding that you have to be a techie when you're applying for a job. However, I think we all know that the technology is changing every now and then. So what today we would look at as an organization in a candidate, that does a candidate have agility, is the candidate have potential to learn, is he or she scalable? Because if we demonstrate these quality, the learning aspect is very important. The moment you demonstrate that, hey, look, I am doing something and I'm there to imbibe and learn new technology, and then I guess there is no stop it. So those qualities is what a typical recruitment or a hiring manager would look at, in addition to what Joseph just mentioned. So it is equally important to give the weightage to your technical competency as well as software competency, because today what organization is looking at is an amalgam of these quality, which of course will take you places. So this is from the selection standpoint. As far as Wipro is concerned, which is not their social, I guess there are a lot of softer aspects which I would like to mention to all my audience over here. that we stand out. We stand out because of the spirit of Wipro. I'm sure you must have heard this in multiple places. And the spirit of Wipro helps us in terms of values that each employee demonstrate, which is being respectful, integrity, global and responsible, passionate about client. So this is something which all of us imbibe and live with in Wipro. In fact, something new that we have come up, not something that I am talking with great pride, but definitely it is a responsibility that we have taken post COVID, which is called as job for dependent. Unfortunately, there has if any of our colleagues got impacted in COVID, we ensure as employer how do we support the family and extend opportunity so that the show must go on. And it is a help that we have extended to all our colleagues in Wipro and their family. As far as diversity is concerned, it's a gender diversity, it's an inclusion. We focus. There is, if you ask me, is there any differentiated policy? We don't believe in creating a different policy or for a women force. It's we talk about inclusion. We definitely give flexibility. If you ask the team. I think year on year Wipro has been called out as consistently as a healthy work employer, a great place to work in, and we have been recognized year on year. So that talks us about it's an extended family. And I'm sure once you join the organization you would feel that, because it is not only the policy that I would talk to, I as an individual represent that. The work life balance that we get in Wipro is just phenomenal, which means you can perform to the best of your potential, and you get ample time to look after your family. I know there are a lot of young mothers who faces this difficulty of managing home and a small child, but I guess Wipro provides that atmosphere. Wipro provides that culture wherein no two things, I as an example can tell that you he or she will be able to manage it extremely well. So these are softer aspects. Then there are multiple training and development programs that will help an individual to scale him or her self up and take a great path in Wipro. I think those programs, as and when you get into the project, you will get a view as to what you need to do. And as an organization, we ensure that we take care of that individual as far as growth path is concerned.
Srishti, I have a follow-up question, but before you talk about that, before I talk about that question and seek your view, friends, I hope you all know when COVID started, Pune facility of Wipro was
Yeah.
converted into a hospital, and the service was extended to the larger community in Pune. Wipro is known for such great initiatives for the humanity and human at large in India and abroad. Srishti, this is a follow-up question, which is in your experience, because you have been with Wipro for many years, your growth has been one of the benchmarks. It's a case study itself. Is it similar for Java professionals also? Is it a possibility that I join in Java today, and maybe because cloud is taking up, I get opportunities within? How's that possible in Wipro? Can you please share with us some growth path opportunities for Java professionals within Wipro?
Yeah, so I think in continuation to what Joseph mentioned, and in just we have multiple learning and development program. So if I can just quote three example, if you are a Java professional, Java plus BD can help you enter Salesforce, right? Java BD plus FED can take you to a Java full stack professional, wherein opportunities are ample. If you combine a BD with Python, it can be an entry to machine learning and cognitive space. You can move into an architecture stream, you can become an enterprise architect. So there are enough and more opportunity. It is all about how you want to scale yourself and how much you want to if you're only looking to be a techie, right, then these are the combinations that you can look at for your growth path. But somebody is looking at a program management or a delivery management kind of a role and doesn't want to continue it into an architect stream, you have that roles as well in Wipro.
Yeah.
So
Thank you,
to
Srishti.
add there, Rahul, maybe I'll take 1 minute over here, since it is something related to upskilling side. So it will be I'll just give some more inputs. See, we do have various streams here. Okay, like as Srishti was just mentioning, not only on the technical stream or the functional stream that it is going to be there. Apart from that, you have consultant stream, sales stream, architect stream, okay, and managerial stream. So you will be able to move into any one of these streams, okay. Now, if you take into technical stream, we have various practices which takes Java as their basic, and then they will be upskilled and we can be put into those practices. For example, if you are just a Java, we can train in SDET skills and we can put you into an SDET. Or if you have Java plus BED, like backend development, like Spring Boot microservices, we will be able to deploy you into any one of the cloud native development projects where we can put you there. In additionally, if you see, we can also train you in cloud skills, okay, and we'll be able to put you into the cloud related area more there, whether it is on AWS or Google or any other cloud, okay. So that is there. Like Python getting added, we can deploy you into IoT or machine learn related type of activities where we can be trained and put. You have a huge lot of scope. Only thing is you must be willing to learn. If you are willing to learn here, Wipro provides a huge opportunity in learning. Okay, they spend huge amount in learning and upskilling people. To the extent what they do is, okay, we are even giving many, for say cloud certifications and all, free vouchers are being provided for you to take up the cloud certifications and do the getting yourself certified in AWS developer or anything. Okay, no need for you to spend a single penny from your side, where you can learn, upskill yourself, getting certified yourself and grow in your career more. Okay, we have various architect stream programs which are there. And on the managerial side, if you see, we have Wipro manager level 1 program, or project management lead programs, delivery manager lead programs. So many programs are available. So you have a huge scope on any side if you go. So we welcome you. Once you come in only, you will be able to taste those things. It's an opportunity.
Absolutely.
Please utilize this.
Yeah, I will take a pause and I will request my colleagues who have joined, or prospective colleagues who want to join Wipro. We are just sharing the link of two jobs that we have in n numbers. Okay, so if you have friends, you or you want to refer somebody, click on these links and search for these codes. You will be able to apply for Java backend developers. You will be able to apply for Java full stack. Opportunities open for any location in the country where Wipro has a physical presence. Right now, we continue to work from home. Sooner or later, once our office is open, you are supposed to join Wipro offices and serve the customers of Wipro from the locations that you want to work from. I will quickly move to one more similar question, which is the point what you have already answered, Joseph. What should candidate focus on to take their career to the next level? Any piece of advice from your side while Java people are looking for joining Wipro, or they want to take their self to the next level?
Like as I mentioned previously, first be strong on your fundamental concepts. Second, be willing to learn side. Okay, Java as a base, you need to take it to your next level by developing on certain skills. Say, for example, learn Spring framework and go into Spring Boot and microservices. Okay, or go to say, scripting and JavaScript. You can develop your knowledge and go into front end development side like your React JS or Node JS, Angular JS skills, which will be very much helpful there for you. Okay, and then you can even move into various your skills on the IoT and machine learning side. Okay, but base is Java. So don't stick with this. Many people, if you see, when they come, they will tell. If I ask them, do you want to? We will train you and put you into this. If we tell, certain people are hesitating to move into those different areas. but they are not understanding the scope there. As a base, with that only everything is going to work. You have a lot of scope over there for your thing. So many people, another thing mistake they do, if you see, one of the things that I have observed is they wanted only development. They don't want any other. Many people they actually hesitate to go to support type of projects also. Yeah, I will tell you, a person will be strong in coding. Who will be strong? I will tell you, a person who knows, who can work in a support project also. Why? Because somebody has written a code, there is a bug, you need to identify it and then go in deep and fix it and then test it thoroughly to ensure that yours. That is the biggest problem in writing a new code. Writing a new code we can write very quickly. That type of thing also you should be in a position to do on certain times when it is required. Not always, at least whenever it is required. So please be free to take it up on the every front, okay, on all the angles. That will help you to go to the next level and move you into the in your career further. Anything, Srishti, you want to add over here, if you want?
No, I think we covered. I believe that learning and development program is huge in Wipro, and the streams that we covered is very unique. And as what we mentioned, a techie can go further up into technology space or can take a functional role or a techno-functional role. So the opportunities are huge, and the learning program Wipro takes care. So any versions you're working on and you they want to scale up, I think Wipro will take care of those interests and needs so that your career path is taken care.
Thank you. And Joseph, this is the last question that I have. And then we will see if in case there are questions from the audience. This question is about, what are the common mistakes that you see people doing, after starting so well in Java? Any piece of advice? Maybe one or two top things that you want to communicate to the people who have joined in.
This just now I answered that question in a way that you must be actually being ready to take up any type of projects. Okay, not restrict yourself to anyone, and don't stick only to your current level of thing. You need to improve yourself. Upskilling and your capability upliftment is the important thing where you will be able to grow. If you only stick to what you know and don't want to improve yourself, you are outdated. Okay,
Absolutely.
that is where is very important. Learning, upskilling. If you leave that, you will not be able to survive. Okay, so please ensure that learn technologies, explore many things. Okay, see, I told about my career. Okay, as an example, started my career as a, I did various roles over here. I wanted to do every role ever possible. So test engineer, project delivery manager, pre-tendency. I've taken up all roles here in my 22 years in Wipro. So I have been able to see. So see, sometimes we may succeed in certain things, sometimes we may not be able to succeed. So even if you don't succeed, don't think that as a failure. Everybody is not master in everything. Always think that if failure is something that you can learn more in that, and you can try to see if you can improve there, or you can switch over to some other thing. Risk taking is a very important thing. From the project management perspective, you will be knowing that. So you must be readily exploring many things. Okay, that is where you will find out your strength and you can grow more in your career. So if you avoid taking risk, then you are going to be in a stagnant place.
Thank you, Joseph. It is great to know what is the piece of advice. So, friends, if you hear the leaders, what clearly comes out, it is attitude and technical understanding together. It also comes out that you can't say that I have learned this, so my job is going to be stable. You need to continue to learn new skills. If Java is 1.7 to 1.8, you have to put that in you, the extra that Java has brought in. With that, I will be, passing on few messages because, since 2015, this team called Tagged has been serving Wipro many years. We learned something why you should join Wipro and some of the things that comes from the recruiter side. Sahil also texted me a question. So Sahil, I'll answer your question, but let me just tell you what it comes to Wipro when it comes to opportunities. Friends, you may have worked on C++, and if you look at C++ and then you move to Java, it is not a significant move. It is very easily possible in Wipro. Okay, but let me tell you what is more difficult, because C++ and Java both are object-oriented programming languages. So I'm sure you will yourself be able to scale up. Now let me put you a very different view. You have been working on COBOL mainframes, some of the technologies which do not exist today, or maybe today they exist, 3 years later they they may not exist at all. In that case also, you will not be asked to go, because Wipro will upskill you. And for that, if there is any certification which comes on a cost, don't worry. Wipro has been paying this for the existing teams. And if you join the team today, aging is not going to make you go out of the world. Don't worry. You will continue to get more opportunities in Wipro. That's the first thing. Second, Wipro is an Indian global company. You may join in India today, and you might get an opportunity to work in any of the countries that you aspire to work in. Let me be candidly telling you some numbers, while I know that these numbers keep on changing, because Wipro in 2018 it was 1,80,000 employees company. Today it is 2,30,000 plus employee companies, and 65% of the workforce, this is what I read on in one of the financial reports, is working from, or have Indians as background when they work for Wipro. While Wipro is a diverse organization, it means that people who joined Wipro, let's say 6 years back, they would have gotten at least one opportunity to work outside India. That's second. So the first is job stability. Second is about learning opportunity. Third is about getting opportunity to work for the same company in India and outside India. Uh, of course, there are many more reasons that Wipro is known for. If in case somebody has got some insurance requirements, Wipro will not only give you a top of the insurance amount that you need. That's one of the very policies that we see in Wipro, for which Wipro people love, and they proudly call themselves as Wiproite. Uh, I have a question from Sahil. Sahil mentioned services company or a product company. And Joseph and Srishti, I know you would like to take up this question, but let me tell you, Sahil, if in case you are asking for a product company or a services company, a product company might have a great product, but may or may not have, a market, right? But in Wipro, when you look at the customers that Wipro serves, they all are global names. So you will be contributing to the product success of those large customers, and you might work for, let's say, a customer A, and then once this project is over, you will move to a project B. Joseph, Srishti, if in case you want to answer on the product versus services, please share your views, and then I think we are also running out of time. So this can be possibly the last question that I have for you.
Okay,
I can.
so from the product or services, yeah, go ahead, sister, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Joseph. Joseph, go ahead.
Yeah, Joseph, you may want to take it up
Okay,
first.
so the product or services, yeah, from the product or services side, if you see, Wipro is a services company, but it doesn't mean that we don't develop any products or anything. Okay, for each and every practice, we are internally developing a lot of solutions and tools that are being developed and marketed across various customers. So in turn, it is like a product that is being developed by Wipro, and it is a Wipro asset, IP asset, okay, which is patented also, because we have a separate group of architects who are called as DMTS, Distinguished Member of Technical Services. They are part of these particular programs where they are actually developing certain solutions and assets for Wipro, which is being sold across to the various customers and being. So it is services, and additionally, I can say a product-oriented company also in one being. So it doesn't matter that whether you are better here or there. Okay, so I will say that sometimes even if you can be a part of that particular program where Wipro develops certain internal assets and tools and so you will also a pattern you can do that.
Thank you, Joseph. Srishti, anything?
Just to add on, just to add on, very clearly it is called out as a recruiter. I can say that your scope is very, very limited in a product company. The career growth and the opportunities are plethora in a service company, any service company for that matter. Yeah, while I represent Wipro, but if you versus product versus services, the opportunities are huge. As what Rahul mentioned some time back, you get an opportunity to travel on site because the customer base is in multiple geography, which is very, very limited. So I can only summarize from the opportunity and the learning standpoint. We cannot draw any parallel when it comes to product and service company when a growth or a learning is concerned. So it is very, very, with one lens you look at an opportunity when you work for a product company. But when you work for a services company, you have multiple and wide range of opportunity. You can have
Great.
a linear growth in an organization because there are different customers that you can work for, there are different geographies that you can work for, you get an opportunity to travel on site. So I think that says it all.
Thank you, Srishti. There are so many questions. I think we will be required to go back because 45 minutes is this session, guys. We will do this every week, looking at different skill sets and your questions, whatever you have asked. We we will come back to you, each one of you. Please do expect our message back to your questions. I'm very happy that you have asked those questions. With this, we come to an end of this exciting session. Thank you so much, Joseph. Thank you so much, Srishti, for joining us today and sharing your views. Thank you all of the people who have joined. I'm sorry I'm not able to see the number, but the kind of comments and questions you have asked, I am pretty super excited to know that there will be at least 5 winners which we will be announcing by 5 p.m. today. So please do keep a check on Career Circle's pages, and we will also contact you. We will take the view from Srishti and Joseph about those five basis the questions you asked. And friends, this is just the beginning. We have some very excited sessions which will be coming in the weeks to come. Please follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook to get details, and do join in for the future sessions as well. Today we started with Java jargons, but let me tell you, there are so many skills that we have, 93 skills, 17 job families, and we will be discussing about special topics including women at work. Please stay tuned. With this, I thank you all for who joined in. If there are questions, you can touch base with me on LinkedIn, on my LinkedIn chat page, or you can also write to me at rahul.khurana@tag.in. And I promise all questions will be answered in less than 24 hours. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Srishti, for this session. And we are now signing off from Career Circles episode 1. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.